I don't want to hear it. What? Oh, you make me sick. You bitches make me sick.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Hila BTV, and you are watching me. So, I don't really know where to truly begin with this video, but how you gonna try to play me when I could have got you in a jail cell? Like, it's not to hold against you, because I never wanted to see nobody in a jail cell who I truly love. I don't have family in jail. So it's like, bro, how you gonna try to play me on several attempts when all I wanted was the best for you, prayed for you, spoke positive stuff into you? When there was a passing of your family members, I was being a real one and giving you support and like just making sense of it all. How you gonna? Okay, bet. Bet. All right, bet. All right, bet. All right, so we wilding out today. That's what we doing. We wilding out today. Like, I'm wilding out right now. The message behind this whole video is not really to bash anybody. It's just to teach y'all. It's just to teach y'all and like put y'all onto more a little bit like tips to like you know. All right. So welcome back to my channel, guys. So did y'all like my intro? Y'all liked it? I know. I like it too. Stop. Oh my gosh. Stop compliment. You didn't have to say that. I'm just playing. You did have to say it. Thanks for complimenting my video though. But so we are. I'm surprised my eye feels a little bit better, y'all, because Matthew swung the book in my eye. And my eye kept watering up and watering up and watering up, even when I touched the slightest bit of light. But that is not the point of this video. So the title in mind that I had for making this video was Message to Q. And so that's the title of this video, Message to Q. Q, you know who you are. Q, you know that this is directed to you. You know that I know stuff about you. You know stuff about me. I've seen stuff about you. You've seen stuff about me. And this is more so on me being a goofy. So I'm going to keep on doing goofy stuff. You know, you never really like spoke out of term to me. And I respect that. Like, you never cursed me or called me out my name. Or nothing like that. I respect you for having that maturity, I guess, or a level of respect for me, because, you know, I don't play that anyway. However, I'm just going to give you guys a good story time. And more so, like, the lesson of this story, because, like, everything that happens for a reason, because it's, like, a concept you were supposed to learn, like I mentioned in my entrepreneur video. But, overall, I really don't like being petty. I don't feel like it's necessary to be petty, because I've sat here on this channel and I've applauded you, and I like the way that you were as a person and the way how you moved. So that's the whole point of, yeah. However, I read signs and I read people, and if I don't read people, stuff pops up to me randomly and it doesn't make sense. However, I know in the end it might have a little bit of meaning. So it's just like, okay. And recently I've been watching like these palm reading. Not palm reading. I don't believe in that palm reading stuff, because no. But these like pick a card readings. And like certain stuff popped up and I just randomly wanted to ask. Like, I'm a person, if I have a question, I'm going to randomly ask it. But at the end of the day, it's like, okay, I respect you, you respect me. We're big kids. I've always been a big kid, even though my age might not match up. Like, I've always been thinking ahead, or I've always been protecting or doing stuff for a reason other than myself. So it's like I already have that instincts in me. I'm very territorial. Like, if something's mine and you know it's mine, don't deal with it. Like, that's just out of respect. Like, if you have something, you know nobody wants it, you're gonna say back the hell up. Like, what are you doing? Like, that's how I am as a person. So when I speak about stuff, I'm really intentional when I speak about it. So I know nobody can't knock me out and say I'm just being ignorant, because there's a reason as to why I'm saying something, or it's a reason behind why I'm doing something, or it's a reason why I like something, or it's a reason why I don't like something. So long story short is, I'm about to put my Busy Bee squad and my Busy Bee body on to a boy who I met who stays in Florida. So, to be completely honest, I don't know, like, how he popped up, or, like, how, I don't know, like, it's just something, like, we met, but, like, I don't officially remember how we met, but I remember how the conversation started, and he initiated it. And I'm a person who, I'm very direct, like I said. If I like something, I'm going to commend it or whatever. So, like, when it comes to talking to boys, I guess we can actually say I'm a flirt, but, like, I'm just upfront. Like, if I like you, then I like that. Or if I like something you're wearing, I'm going to compliment you. Because it's like, it don't hurt to give people a damn compliment. It do not hurt to give people a compliment. So, I'm just a very, like, helpful person. Very, like, intentional person. So I get that part from, one, Arts and Justice. So I have a whole nother video coming for that. And everything about it and the people in it. Like, I have a whole video already set in my head that I'm gonna do. It's a thank you video. So yeah. However, so I understand what it means to do something with intention, or like if you're not sure about something, at least have like some type of gut feeling about why you want to do it. So I understand that, and that's what I do. Like, I act out on that. So all in all, we met through Snapchat. So I think I either, like, added him, because I don't do put me on your snaps. Like, I don't do that. Like, I don't send my stuff for people to come and watch my snap. Like, what I post on my Snapchat is information I'm okay with. The people are allowed to see it. Like, if I don't allow you to see it, you're not going to see it. My snap is, like, private. You can't share my stuff with other people. Like, no, you can't see it. That's how my Facebook was for a hot minute, too. Like, anything I used to post, I used to just post it on my private stuff so I could see it on my timeline and nobody else would really see it. And then, like, when I used to post videos, whatever, or, like, post stuff like with my tongue sticking out, my dad always used to have a problem, like, oh, you're being a little bird. Like, why you always have to stick your tongue out and stuff? That don't look cute. And I'm looking at him like, sir, shut the hell up. I'm sticking my tongue out in a picture. Wow. Like, okay. But I'm using that context of what he used to talk about in a more professional sense. Because, child, I get ratchet. Yes, I surely do. But it's about a time and a place when you can do it. So I know when I can do that. I know I can't. Even if I'm in a professional setting, I'll still be myself. And, like, you know, so it don't matter. But just keeping that in mind. However, when it comes to the sense of talking to people, I talk to people easily. Like, it's easy for me to talk to you. Like, truthfully, whoever you are, it's easy for me to have a conversation with you. And it's easy for me to look at you the wrong way and rub you and not care. Like, I'm that confident in myself. And I'm that secure in simply me just being on my lonely stuff. Or, like, not lonely as in, oh my God, I'm so sad. But, like, lonely, like, I'm here by myself. I've been here by myself. I could do it by myself. Like, I don't need you there to help me. You being there is a plus. So that's how I am about anybody. The only person who I'm not like that about is my little brother. So he's basically like my child, but my brother. So, like, when I do stuff for him or to help him or to teach him. So other than that, the only solid person that I really need or I interact with on a daily and, like, at the end of the day or at the end of the night, I'm going to be there for him, is my brother and Jesus and God, of course, because he's always there with me to make me do that. But at the end of the day, my little brother is the only reason. Like, my little brother here in America is the only reason that I do certain stuff or I set up certain stuff for him. So I have brothers in Canada as well with my father. However, like, I only really have a good connection with one of them. And then, the middle one, I named him too. His name is Elijah. And, and Jeremiah is my other little brother, and he has the same birthday as my little brother Matthew. So Matthew and Jeremiah on my dad's side and on my mom's side, they're the same age. So like when they be on the phone, like Jeremiah will literally talk your head off, but like I mean all my dad kids will talk your head off if they really like you. That's just how we are. So I would talk to my little brother, and then I would give the phone to Matthew to talk with Jeremiah. And so Jeremiah, hold on y'all, cause all this nigga doing is fucking talking. Like shut the fuck up. So back to what I was saying. I let Jeremiah and Matthew go on the phone and talk. Y'all, they are talking for hours and hours and hours. They talking about PJ Masks. They talking about Fortnite. They talking about guns. They talking about moving. They talking about building. They talking about art. They talking about shows. They talking about Halloween. They talking about everything under the sky. Because they both the same age and they both like the same stuff. And so sometimes Jeremiah be having to watch what he say because he know he not supposed to be saying certain stuff. Just like Matthew knows over here he not supposed to be saying stuff. But like they just talk like when they don't know each other, not connected really, but like through me. They're connected, so they just vibe like they're just kids doing whatever kids do. So I'm cool with that. And then when it comes to Elijah, my older brother, my youngest brother, my eldest little brother, it's like he'll talk, but then he'll sometimes be distracted or doing something else, which is what I would usually do too. So it's just like, oh, it's calm, so it's like it don't matter. But in the sense that those are boys who I would do stuff for, not my father, not. Hell no, my dad's dead to me. Like I already said in that video, like he's dead. However, those are just people who I would do stuff for. And Nancy Pelosi just sent a thread of messages and she keeps saying, need a link, not money. That's a good, header, because that will get somebody's attention. But no ma'am. I'm a registered Democrat. Like, so I'm set to vote this year too. So that's a. So yeah, so I'll be voting this year. Cause I be getting distracted. I be watching other people and trying to multitask. However, I'm voting this year, y'all, and I'm a registered Democrat. I don't really like politics too much, but I like history and seeing how that involves politics or policies and laws. But, what happened? But yeah, so I'm voting this year. I thought I couldn't vote this year because my birthday comes late, so I thought I was going to have to wait in another 4 years to vote for, like, the presidency and who's, like that. But I actually get to vote this year because the last day for the voting thingamabob and, like, electives or something like that is October 5th. And my birthday is October 1st. I'm weak. Hold up. I think I'm weak. My neighbor, Miss Shirley just pushed her boy away. Miss Shirley. I guess he was coming to talk to his grandson. And then her grandson. And then she just showed him away. Someone was like, he just, I know what, I'm weak. But Shirley's my friend, my G, sometimes she be all over people's business. But Miss Shirley's good people. I'm weak. For somebody whose birthday is on Valentine's Day, she surely do have a lot of sternness in her, but she's a sweet lady, even though sometimes she used to get on my nerves. No lie. But back to the point of what I was speaking about today. I'm going to try to make this video at least 30 minutes, and that's just that. Because I know the videos that's be over like close to 50 minutes, close to an hour. I don't be really messing with it. But it's information in there. I need to go watch it. Like my entrepreneur series part 1. Well, episode part 1. I'm not digging my nose, y'all. I used to have a nose ring, but my nose is closing. So I felt to take it out. But, overall, those are boys who I would do stuff for. So long story short, yada yada yada. Florida and I met. I just call him Florida because that's where he stayed. So I guess in this story, I'll just say Florida. That's what I call I tell him to my friends, I call him Florida. But this title is Message to Q, and that's the first letter of his name. He knows what he knows. And if he want to watch this, if he don't want to watch this, too freaking bad, so be it. But, I I'm not doing this for clout and nothing like that. I don't care about that. Like, if y'all see my next upload that's actually 15 minutes, the This Needs to Stop video that a lot of people need to watch, I got some extra footage and stuff, extra screenshots that I have to put on that, and that's just going to be on that. However, when I'm speaking about what I'm speaking about, Florida and I met. I think he was watching my story, and then I had another boy who was on my story, and I think he also, like, scammed or some shit, and, like, he was making money, but he wasn't making it the real legal way, so he always used to post stuff, and I could have sworn, like, when I used to see his post, that he was the boy who used to post stuff, like him making money and stuff, but illegally, and I was like, okay, cool. And he just always used to post shit, like, all the time. And I was just like, okay, I get it. Like, I don't remember Florida really being, like, approaching me. But I remember sometimes I probably sent, like, a heart eye emoji under something if he posted something, not even knowing who he was. Just send the heart eye emoji. And, I know in the name it has something about, like, McGee or something like that. So I was like, what the freak? But I just looked at my freaking Snap, block list and actually blocked that boy who I thought was Florida. So long story short, I was just like, So it turns out I knew it wasn't the boy who I was talking to Florida. So Florida, we were just cool. I was being somewhat, Matthew, stop ripping stuff like that. Go ask somebody to open it for you. Go ask your uncle to open it properly for you. Stop digging this stuff and ripping it like you're a little rat. Like, what the hell? Florida and I, we started speaking, but I have posted something on my Snapchat, and I remember this blatantly because the last boy who I was dealing with somewhat, but not really, like, I didn't initially want to deal with him, he was an Aries. So I had seen a thing on Facebook, and it was like power couples, Libra X Aries. And then I had posted it randomly that day. I didn't realize he was watching my Snap, or if that was the boy who I put heart eyes under, because he didn't post too much. But I easily got him confused with another boy who used to post him, like, making money illegally or whatever. And so I was just like, okay. And then I just didn't pay it no mind, because I don't, like I said, I don't really add people on my stuff unless I want you to see my stuff, or unless I find you some way and I think you, like, cute or something, and I'll add you. But I'm not doing the put me on your Snap stuff on my Snap, because no, I just don't like it. Like, ew, no. So Florida and I, first interaction was from me sharing, like, screenshotting on my story a memory saying, oh shoot, I need me Aries. And so obviously that implies that I'm a Libra. So Florida swiped up and he was like, you a Libra? And I was like, yep, what's up? I was like, you single? And then I was just talking to him, stuff like that. And then we were being cool with each other, getting cool with each other, blah, blah, blah. Then a little bit after that, I was like, you want to FaceTime or whatever? But I was at church that time. When I first was talking to him, I was at church, like when he first slipped and we were talking. I was at church on a Friday after work, I think, or after me being from BAM. And then we were just texting, like, getting to know each other. But he's like, oh, you're a Libra? And I'm like, yeah. And so then, oh, sorry, Miss Kazara mom. After that, we were just speaking cordially. And I was like, yo, you want to FaceTime? It's like, yeah, what's up? So I sent him my stuff, because at church, I don't really have that much good service. We were in the basement. And so, for youth group. So I was like, okay, so I'll FaceTime you when I get home. So we FaceTime when I got home, and we were just talking, like, cool, like, what's up, da-da-da-da-da. He's like, oh, where you from? And I was like, New York. And he was like, oh, I'm from Florida. I was like, okay, that's what's up. I have family somewhat out there, but not really. And then he was like, oh, all right. He was like, if you was closer, I'd date you. And I was like, okay. He was like, but you far. And I'm like, oh, all right. But I'm like, bro, I didn't get to fully like you or know if I really like your vibe or who you are anyway to know if I really was going to want to deal with you heavy. So I was just like, okay, I guess you'll date me based on the looks of it. But, bro, I don't know if I really like you like that, but I guess we'll talk. So the very next day or the day, like the same, like, I don't know where it was, but it was pretty close of us just talking to each other. I think it was probably the next day. He had posted we were speaking on FaceTime, and I was like, okay, that's whatever. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to call you back. I'm going to do something. And I was like, okay, cool, it's whatever. And then later on, the same day we met, he posted a screenshot of him on FaceTime with a girl. And then he covered her face. He was like, y'all hoes mad. Y'all didn't even see her face yet. And I was just looking like, But I just asked you if you were single. And then we was on FaceTime, like just knowing, introducing ourselves. And you wasn't really too much in the camera. But with this girl you just screenshot and you put on your story, your face is in the camera, like you happy and shit. And you covering the girl's face with a sticker, and y'all hoes back. Y'all didn't even see her face yet. So I'm like, wait. So we just now meeting. You said you date me kind of sort of, but I ain't really paying no mind. But I'm trying to get to know you and vibe with you because you swiped up on my Snapchat talking about, am I a Libra? And I'm obviously somewhat interested because I'm responding to you and we're talking. We just FaceTime. Then you post a girl and cover her face. Like, bro, what? Like, what was the reason? Like, why would you say you're single if you're not single? Like, it don't make sense. Just say it. I'm talking to somebody. Like, I wouldn't mind. Like, okay, I'm talking to somebody. So, okay. But son posted a girl and I was just like, so me, instead of me being petty, because I'm good at being petty, I would have blocked him right there and then. The old me, I swear to everything I love, I would have blocked him right there and never spoke to this boy again because that's just how I am. Like, you tried it, okay, block, next, like, I don't care. However, with this one, I slid up and I was like, oh wow, that's crazy. Why you hit her face? I'm pretty sure she'd be pretty. I'm pretty sure she's pretty or cute. No, I didn't say pretty or cute. I said, why you hit her face though? I'm pretty sure she's cute if you like her. And then he was like, oh nah, it's nothing like that. She just my crush. And I'm like, okay, but if she's just your crush, why are you posting her, bro? Like, if that's your girlfriend, say it. Or if you're trying to make her your girlfriend, say it. Like, you're talking to somebody. Okay, just say that. Like, what are you lying for me? You don't even know me like that. So I slid up and I told him, I said, bro, it's okay. I said, I'm so happy that you didn't meet the old me because you would have got a different response. And that response would have been no response because you would have been blocked. But obviously I was interested in talking to you because you showed initiative by speaking to me first. I talk to people first all the time. But if I'm not taking you serious, you're not going to consistently get a text from me or speak to, like, I'm easily to, like, talk to access, but I'm not easily to entertain. Like, if you can't really entertain me, then it's just like, what are we getting out of this? Why are we talking? Like, that's it, next. So when it came to him, I'm just looking like, bro, we just met. Like, did you really have to lie? Like, if you're talking to somebody, say it. If you met somebody, if you like a girl who's by you, then say it. Like, I don't understand. So a little later comes, we're talking for like a month, like going into 2 months, I think. And so we had streaks. And I was like, okay, so it's been like a solid month or two. So I was like, let me send my sister in. I'm like, she always want to be friendly and stuff. And I was bragging about like, yo, this boy from Florida, he's kind of cute. You know, and we talking. And it's like, boys who usually approach me are not cute. So I was surprised. I was like, oh, he's cute. And his vibe's cool, you know. So he wasn't really too out there about what he did, about him dealing. And so I was just like, okay, so he's chill. He's calm. Like, he's not doing the most for attention or for, like, views. Like the other boy was, that was kind of irritating me. So I was just like, okay, he's cool. So I sent my sister and I was like, yo, I really like him. Kind of, sort of, like, ooh, he might be my boyfriend. Like, not keeping in mind what he said about, oh, yeah, I would date you, but you're far. So, what happened? So I was just talking to him for a good 2 months, and I was just like, yeah, I kind of sort of really like him. So my sister's like, yeah, okay, whatever. So then, like, when we used to speak or whatever, I never used to show his face either. Like, I don't want people in my business seeing what he looked like. When I'm ready to show it what he looked like, then y'all gonna see us having cute pictures. Or when we meet up in real life, y'all gonna see that I have a little boo, and, like, it's official, you know? That's how I was about it. And so, me knowing that I didn't want to go to my senior trip, I was like, I kind of probably want to go to Florida. And my mom had been promised since me being a senior in elementary school that we were going to go to Disney World. So I was like, Mommy, I want to go to Disney World. And I'm like, now I really have a reason I want to go to Disney World because I got me a little friend in Florida. So I was real hyped. And I don't like talking to people in my school because I just, well, in high school. So I was excited. I was like, okay, so we're eventually going to link up because I'm coming to Florida in June. And yeah, like, I don't want to go hang out with my friends on senior trip because I don't really got no friends like that, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I'd rather hang out with family and, like, be in a whole different atmosphere. Like, I've been to a tropical place before. I've been to Jamaica, but I've never been to Florida. I was like, I want to go. And for my senior trip for this year, we were going to be the first time when they went out of state. And so we were going to Virginia Beach and stuff like that. I'm like, bro, I'm about to go to college in Virginia, so I could go to Virginia Beach when I'm ready and stuff like that. Plus, my aunt lives in Virginia, and my aunt happened to be 15 minutes away from campus. So I'm like, it all kind of worked out. So I'm going to be in Virginia anyway, so why am I going to pay to go on a trip with y'all to go to Virginia? I'd rather go to Florida to go see my little boo thing who I'm talking to and go actually have fun at, like, Disney World, you know? And so it just all made sense to me, so I wasn't really stressing it that he wasn't from New York or that he didn't live here in New York. It was just like, I'm about to go down there and trust down here too. Like, so what's up? Like, we're gonna meet finally. And so when I first told him, I was like, oh yeah, I have somewhat family out there, but I don't know what part, because I know my aunt has her husband's family out there who lives in Virginia now. And I was just like, okay. And so I had told him, yeah, I might be going to Disney. He's like, oh, I'm not by Disney. So I was like, he was like, yeah, I'm more west. So he was in West Pensacola, or I don't know if I pronounced it right. But I was like, okay, cool. And I was like, okay, since you being mean to me, like how I was just playing around, like guilt tripping and being childish, like since you being mean to me, I'm not gonna let you know when I touch down. He's like, I don't live by there anyway. So it was like, I'm not trying to make the effort to see you anyway. That's what it was translated to as to me. And I was like, oh, all right. So let me not go up my way for this person. Like, I took it as that. And so we ended up stop talking because I sent my sister in, like, on a mission. Like, girl, be cool with him. Let's see if he gonna really interact with you or he gonna tell me about you after I just at him. And I know people are nosy, so they might look into his account too. So I knew I could control what I saw from my sister, because that's my sister, right? Or so I freaking thought. So I told my sister just to talk to him and stuff like that. She was like, yo, what's up? And then she's there talking to him. She's like, oh, where you from? And I'm telling her, like, you could flirt around and be funny with him. And so then she was there flirting around being funny with him. She was like, oh, yes, I heard y'all boys in Florida. Y'all cute or whatever. And I'm feeding her half the stuff to say, but then she's just styling it on her own and talking to him and flirting with him. And so knowing that he just did what he did before, and I don't even know the girl, all I ended up finding out was that her name was Caitlin and that that was his crush. And then a little bit after us talking, he was like, yeah, I'm not really feeling her that much. Because I used to bring up her name to be petty. I was like, oh, so how's Caitlin doing? Like, oh, yeah, you on your way to Caitlin's house. Hey, as you should. Like, you know, playing it off. But, you know, I was really like, you and your little girlfriend, right? You and your little crush. But he knew what I was talking about. So he was just like, nah, I'm not really feeling her, like, no more. And I was like, I wonder why. And he was like, well, I just feel like she's not my, like, you know, match. Or, like, we don't go together that good. And I'm like, I mean, we know why, because I'm hearing the picture of the stupid, like, you know, but I was just like, okay, my sister's going to go on to the mission now, and she's my sister, so she going to tell me what's up or whatever. And so my sister goes in the mission. She's like, yo, you single? You talking to somebody? And he's like, yeah, I'm single. So I'm like, why you saying he's single if he talking to me? We've been talking for like a good 2 months. We're going on 1 whole month. You know, we've been talking daily, back and forth, about deep stuff, light stuff, you know, but more so digging deep. And so I was like, why is he telling her he's single if, you know? But I'm like, you know what? It ain't that deep because he's not my boyfriend. So, you know, but like if you can't show me that you're somewhat loyal now, and when a girl approach you, bro, what? And so knowing that I just sent my sister in, I usually would have never asked, so I really don't care. Like, I'm not an insecure female. Like, if somebody adds you, okay, so be it, they add you. But I'm not really an insecure female. So I never would have thought to ask him, yo, people added you off my Snap? Like, I would have never thought to ask him that. So when my sister went in the mission, and I was like, ask him if he's single or whatever, she asked him that. He was like, yeah, I'm single, blah, blah, blah. Told her to play around and flirt around with him. So I then went and asked. I was like, yo, bro, there's mad nosy people on my Snap. Did somebody add you? So he came up front and said, yeah, some girl named Kaya added me. So I was like, okay, so I see he's loyal enough to tell me what the girl name is who added him. So I'm like, all right, so he passed that test. So I see he telling me about the chick. But I know the chick is my sister. So it don't look dumb. Like, it's okay, so he has some type of loyalty. So we sitting there talking. And I'm like, oh, yeah, because some nosy-ass kids, they be all up in my business. I really don't mess with that girl like that. Like, me talking bad about my sister to make it seem like I really don't live with her, and she didn't post no pictures of me or post no videos with me, so he didn't really peep too much. And if he didn't know that we kind of looked alike, then he probably wouldn't have noticed that that was my sister. So, like, blood sister. So, they go on talking and stuff, and they're cool and stuff. And he had let me know, well, no, 1 minute he had got pulled over by the cops. And so I found out from my sister before he let me know that. And they were on FaceTime and stuff, and my sister have other friends, like, out of the state. So they was all on group FaceTime. I'm like, bro, what the hell? Like, I randomly be wanting to FaceTime you and we could talk about whatever. And you're on FaceTime with my sister and you're telling her that you got pulled over. So that's how I found out that you got pulled over by the cops. Like, did that make sense? Like, bro, why are you speaking to this girl? But this girl is really my sister, blood little sister. You're talking to this girl more than you talk to me. And you FaceTime this girl more than you FaceTime me. Not knowing we live in the same damn house. We came out the same vagina. Like, that's my sister. Like, are you dumb? Like, I don't get it. Like, bro, what? So, from there on, my sister used to, like, be playful. Like, oh, yeah, your little boyfriend. He not really your boyfriend. He like me better. And da-da-da. Like, trying to be funny. I'm like, girl, bye. We talk all the time. What you're talking about is, like, petty stuff. Like, we talk about deep stuff. And it's not more, like, only the physical that we talk about. Shorty one day went and told my mom, like, whispered in my mom's ear. I was like, da-da-da-da-da. Because I was speaking, like, somewhat highly of him. But not too highly of him. Like, girl, we're solid. Like, we're solid friends right now because I don't say that he's just my boyfriend. Like, da-da-da. But I feel like you need to have a friendship first. Then you build to a relationship because that's dumb. How you going to have a relationship without knowing the person? That's dumb. So, I was like, we're solid. Like, girl, bye. He's solid enough. It's all right. Whatever. So, she whispered something to my mom. Then my mom's like, girl, he's a dog, Roof. Like, you know, pretend a dog, Roof, like, playing around. And I'm looking like, what? I'm like, what are y'all saying? Like, it started pissing me off. Because it's like, why am I in the dark about what happened? And you're here telling my sister, who you don't even realize is fully my sister yet. Or if you did, you was too sloppy with it and stupid to watch your mouth when you were saying certain stuff to her. And you told my sister, I'm going to tell you what you told my sister, but you was there talking to my sister more than you was talking to me. You was on FaceTime with my little sister more than you was on FaceTime with me. You already had got one strike when you tried it, and you posted a girl talking about y'all hoes didn't see her face yet and y'all jealous. I'm like, bro, I would have been blocked you by now. Like, you approached me. Let's not forget. Like, I have no problem, and I have no pride when it comes to saying, oh, yeah, I approached him first and we were cool. However, bro, you showed interest first. You did the chasing. I simply had a regular conversation with you, and it built off from there. So now you're doing all this extra little stuff, and it's like, bro, what are you doing? Like, I'm annoyed, but I'm not about to come in, oh, why haven't you FaceTime me? I don't care. Don't FaceTime me, because in the meanwhile, you're not FaceTiming me. I'm FaceTiming like 5 other boys. Like, it's a whole line of y'all. Please stop. Like, I don't get why y'all don't get that females are on game, or we've been on game. So don't think because I'm not telling you why you're not FaceTiming me, or if I ask you when we FaceTime, that you don't answer me, that I'm sitting down in a room crying, watching Netflix movies, eating ice cream. No, I'll do that on a regular when I'm ready to go sit and eat ice cream and watch a good show. Bro, I'm talking to other boys. I'm flirting with other boys. Like, boy, don't do that to yourself. Like, I don't know. Other females aren't built like that, so you might be right. But I'm built to the point where it's like, okay, I'm cool with you, but you acting dumb right now. And you're not showing that you care about what I'm talking about. Or you're talking about something and I don't really care about it. Next, dub. Out the question. I don't care. Next. Like, when I tell you, my finger was so light with the block button, bro. Like, I blocked everybody in digital tech by now. Like, I've blocked you, or I haven't added you for a reason. Like, I blocked my own mom. I blocked my own grandmother. I blocked my own uncles. I blocked everybody. Like, I really don't care who you are. I will really block you. Like, I don't care. Like, bro, when it comes to real life, I do a good job at that, too. Like, bro, I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're my principal. I don't care if you was my teacher and I really liked you as a favorite teacher. I will block you if I don't want you to see something. Like, I will block you. Like, bro, I'm that petty. Like, I'm not serious about who I allow around me or whose stuff is in my face, who energy is there. Like, I'm very serious about that. So when it comes to my dad, nigga, you're dead to me. Like, you are dead to me. Like, I don't care. People have fathers who are physically dead. People have fathers who are physically around, but they don't really support their child in the right way. So they're basically dead. So it's just like, bro, it takes nothing for you to be dead to me. Like, at this point, like, it's bigger than the physical. If you dead in the real world, that has nothing to do with where your spirit is. All I know is your bad spirit and your evil spirit better not come around me still in the spiritual realm. Like, don't play. Like, I don't care who you are. You can die. Like, I'm so serious. Like, whoever you are to me, you can die. And it's like, it sounds kind of gruesome and rude and bad and disrespectful that I'm saying it straight up, like, you can die, like, I don't care about you. But y'all fail to realize the next second is not granted. Like, the next 10 days is not granted. The next year is not granted. The next 10 years is not granted to you. Like, you did not sign a contract saying, I'm going to wake up tomorrow or blink my eyes right now. Like, you did not sign the contract when you came into this world saying that. So you can die. And I really don't care. Like, it's just that serious. Like, if I genuinely care for you, I'm going to show you that. If you don't appreciate it, it's a problem because I didn't have to do that. And that's for anybody. So when it came to Florida, and he was telling my sister stuff, like, not like inappropriate stuff, not that I was thinking, but like simple stuff like that, that irked me and I didn't like it. I wasn't going and crying about it though. I was just talking to other boys. Even if it was on a friendly note, I was just doing me. Like, bro, okay, we're young, I'm young, I'm not tied to you, you're not tied to me, it's whatever. However, when it came to my mother and my sister knowing something and I was left in the dark, like, don't have me looking stupid. Like, that's one thing you're not supposed to do, because for me, I'm academically smart, academically fit. For me, I'm street smart. Like, I'll peep something, and if I don't like it, I'm telling somebody I know, and even if it bothered them, I don't care. At least I told you before, God forbid, something happened. Like, I'm strategically smart. Like, when it comes to making moves or business plans, I'm smart. So it's like, for me to be talking to you and putting my little bit of trust in you, for you to go and betray my trust and do something behind my back, now I don't fuck with you and now I don't like you. Like, now I'm so serious to the point where it's like, you could deadass die and I don't care. Because the next day is not granted. Like, I need to stop saying that to people or like about people when I'm ready, like when I'm really pissed and they get on my nerves. I've been doing a good job at that. But let's be real. You're not promised tomorrow. I'm not promised the next second. God forbid, I'm not even promised to upload this video. But at least I know I recorded it. So, it's like, don't do that. Like, I'm too smart in other areas for me to slowly put a little bit of trust in you. And you have me looking stupid in front of my sister and my mother. And they're there a kiki and a kikiing. So, I was at BAM. And my younger sister, she's in BAM now too because of me. Not like got accepted because of me, but she's in it because of my influence of me being there first. And so, I was working because I have an internship. And I think my best friend and I, we were there. Yeah, my best friend at the time, Teresa and I, we was at BAM because I was going to go to the movies after. Like, we were studying for something we was doing, and then we were going to go to the movies after because BAM has a big cinema. And since I was in my internship, like, employed, I got to go to the movies for free and a free plus one. So Teresa and I, later on that day, we were going to go and watch Just Mercy, I think with Michael B. Jordan in it. So, I guess this is when this situation had broken down. And so I'm now finding about it a little bit after. So my sister had at the time like a little quick weave. She had like a quick bob, I think. And so she was feeling herself, being all cute, and wear her lip gloss and stuff like that, taking pictures with Travis and Kiara, her two close friends from freshman year. So I was just cool and stuff because I have my friends too from freshman year. If y'all could see in my high school series video where I mentioned like, oh yeah, like, you know, it was me, Jess, and Oprah. Like, it was us too. Like, you know, I still had that one solid two friends from freshman year. So I wasn't really hating on it. And they two cool people anyway. So, when push came to shove, I was there studying for some work. Teresa and I, we were studying for some work while I was still on the clock. And I was getting paid for what I was doing, but I was also doing a paper. We was doing a paper, I think, for history probably. And she was getting her evidence and stuff, and I was doing mine. And I wasn't really texting Florida like that. But we was shrieking a little bit. And so I'm guessing in that moment when we were there at BAM and she was there feeling herself, my sister was feeling herself, he had sent her a shriek. Florida had sent my sister a shriek. And he was saying, yo, not gonna lie, like, you know, like a quick, like, with your face. He's like, yo, not gonna lie, you cuter than your sister. So he found out eventually that we were sisters and stuff. And, like, I was telling him, like, I ended up telling him, yo, yeah, that's actually my sister. I was just seeing your reaction or whatever. So when I had found out, when he had let me know, like, yeah, some girl named Kaya, I ended up telling him, like, yo, you know, whatever, that's my sister. So then he had told my sister in a shriek yo, not gonna lie, you prettier than your sister, you cuter than your sister, something like that, talking about me. And so I wasn't gonna believe my sister if she had just said it straight up. But like how I was like, girl, be quiet, like we're solid, we have solid, like a solid friendship, or like building it. So when she had told my mom's like, oh, blah blah blah. So I'm like, yo, what secret are y'all keeping and you think y'all like being funny? So I had told him before then, I was like asking him, yo, you should FaceTime me because I have some tea to put you on about. But it was about an offer that I had got to do something sneaky as well. So I had a sneaky link that was going to happen anyway. And I was telling him, yo, you need to call me real quick because I have to put you on. But me putting him on was letting him know, yo, I got an offer. I could do something real sneaky and grimy. And you wouldn't know because I wouldn't post about it. And I wouldn't make it seem like I did anything. But you should call me, bro, because after school, da-da-da. Mind you, he's an hour, like, their time is an hour ahead of mine, too. So, like, even though he's in Florida, he's not in Central Florida where their time is equal to ours. So, I was just like, all right, cool. Like, I'll wait for a response or whatever. Like, I wasn't stressing the response. Like, I don't need to be texting you all the time. As long as we're talking, that's perfectly fine. However, son didn't respond to me. So, he didn't respond to me, so I started posting stuff about my sneaky link. Yeah, I was about to have a sneaky link, and now I'm posting it on my Snap because I'm telling you to FaceTime me. You're not paying no mind. It's rubbing you lightly like you don't care. So I'm like, all right, cool. So now I don't care either. So I'm going to do what I do with my sneaky link, and we're just going to have fun. So that's your business because you missed out because I was going to tell you. And then in the same heartbeat, I find out you told my sister something that you're not supposed to be telling her. I mean, it was petty. Like, the principal was petty. Like, oh, your sister's cuter than you. Okay, that's not the point. Like, I don't care. That's elementary stuff. So, the point was, I could have did him dirty without him knowing. But I wanted to FaceTime him to put him onto the offer. Like, what was being offered to me that I would have taken up on if I wasn't talking to anyone at all. So, for him to like dub it or like not pay a mind, like I understand. 1, he was an athlete. 2, he was in AP classes. 3, he dealt drugs, so he was a drug dealer. So I'm like, all right, so you kind of got the whole package because all I really want is an athlete and somebody who take their, schoolwork serious because that's the only motivation I really want around me. Okay, you drug deal. That's not really my biggest, stuff. Like, I'm not going to judge you, but I just hope you don't get shot or you don't get hurt. Like, when I was talking to him, I was asking, I was like, are you in a gang? Because, like, I'm sorry, like I said in my 25 facts video, gangbangers are a no for me. Like, I don't, like, if you're a gangbanger, you're automatically not attracted to me. Like, I don't like that. Like, that's not husband material to me. Because if you want to go by what somebody's calling you in the streets and you want to get respect in the streets, you need to respect me enough to know that, God forbid, if we have kids, and when we have kids, that my kids are not going to be targets or have karma coming back because of what you're doing. So, if we can't grow together, learn, I don't want you, like, yeah. So, he was the exception of the only drug dealer who I really spoke about, like, I spoke to. But it's because he had other aspect where he was well-rounded. Not because, oh, yeah, he's a drug dealer. He don't go to school, but, he get his bread. No, it had to be, you took your schoolwork seriously, too, and you have a life. Like, you're doing something other than just gangbanging or drug dealing. Like, that's just a dub for me. Like, I have standards. Like, that's my no-no. Like, girls like, oh, yeah, my nigga's a hood nigga. He got guns. Okay, no, that's kind of exciting in the moment. But no. Because, God forbid, that bullet could come with your name on it, and you could be next. I've watched karma happen right in front of my house. Like, karma has taken place right in front of where I live now. And it's been real crazy to watch, real crazy to witness, real crazy to interact with some people. And it's like, oh, wow, that's crazy. And so I've seen that in real life happen. Like, I didn't have to see the dead body on the floor. I didn't have to see that. I heard the gunshots. And I know whose life was taken and who was not there no more. And I know who was the reason as to why that's gone. So when it came to people getting their karma back, and it just happened to happen in front of my house, I was just like, damn. I ain't saying I'm hood now, because ain't no real connotation of what it means to be hood. But some real messed up stuff happened in my life, and to other people who's involved with my family, and that's just crazy. Like, damn.
Look,
Also, I'm back, and I got a slushie from my system. Thank you, little girl. However, my point to what I was saying before is I've seen karma happen in real life. Like, I think I've also had my little share of karma. Oh, yes, young. Yes, young. It's just like, that's pushed me to be ahead of other people and smarter in another way, too. Oh, wow. You heard the sirens. You would think I put that in here from editing. No, I didn't. No, I didn't edit that. However, I think that's pushed me to have more of a stronger mindset in a way. And like a man-like mentality, but I'm still a female. So it's like, yeah, you really can't tell me nothing. Because like, I'm hard-headed. I know what I want. I know what I don't want. Even if I didn't know exactly what the goal was or the ending point, I know what I wanted. And like, even if it's as simple as me saying, I want to be alive. Like, I would say it. Like, before I committed to VSU or even considered applying to VSU, my mother was like, so what you want to do after you graduate high school? I was like, I don't know. Be alive. Like, why are you asking me that? Like, are you serious? Like, are you asking me what I want to do when I... Like, miss, can I graduate first? Then I'll decide what I want to do. But I found interest in talking my behind off about what it is to be a black person. I saw a post on Instagram of this girl, Gabby, Hannah, whatever her name was. And she was talking about on my way to your baby daddy's house. And then I was just in the comments like, that shit is not funny. Like, that's not funny. What you trying to do on your way to your baby daddy's house? Like, I'll tell you all about how I figured out I wanted to do my major and my minor in a whole different video. But yeah, that's something that made me decide, like, okay, I want to talk my ass off about what it means to be a black female or a black person in general. So I also have a fire PSA coming. I have to get a couple people on board and some release forms. But it's about to be crazy. But, all in all, if I feel like, hold on.
Say thank you.
I said thank you, little girl, and I yelled thank you, and then I said it in the video, so shut the hell up. Now I'm leaving this in here, too, because you're trying to be funny. So, in the sense of what it meant to be, like, knowing what I want and knowing what I don't want, I've been very selective about it and direct about it, too. Even if it's not as direct as it should be at the moment, I've been direct about what it is that I want to do. So, simply me graduating, I don't care if it's online or not, but I said I want to graduate and be allowed to graduate. Before, like, when I was a freshman and sophomore and junior, I was saying that to my mom every time she used to ask me. And so, I'm alive. So, that's a good thing. And now I'm doing what I want to do because I finally decided what I want to do. And I finally decided my major. People say they change their major. I think one thing about me is that I didn't want to change my major or the direction that I was going. Once I finally figured it out what I wanted to do. And I'll give y'all a video on that. But the point is, connection to this video, to Message to Q, is I was very upfront about what I wanted or what I don't want it. And not wanted, but and I don't want. Or if I wasn't as direct, I gave signals as to what it is that I liked or I did not like. And so, whether it was me like verbally saying, yo, I don't like when you do that, like, that's annoying. Or if it was me not responding as fast, I've showed signals and signs like, yo, you're being a different type of way and I don't like it. Like, I used to see ideas on Instagram. And on Instagram, it used to be like, every time he act up or get under your nerves, have his name spelled out. And then every time he pisses you off, take off a letter. I was like, oh, that sounds like a good idea. So I'm about to do it. But I was like, damn, I'm asked out because his name is long. I was like, you know what? I'm asked out. But he got a lot of tries then. And so I just did that. Like, simple stuff like that. And I used to tell my friend about it, Ashanti. I'm like, girl, I'm going to do it. I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do that. I'm going to ignore his ass. Like, I'm serious. Like, I'm not playing. However, all in all, like, I would end up still talking to him. Like, she's like, girl, you see, I know you just freaking playing. Look at you. You're still talking to him. I was like, I mean, I kind of sort of might maybe like him. Like, when I'm telling somebody something or confessing, like, that's not what I would say. Like, I maybe kind of sort of maybe might. Like, in that exact order. Like, I would say that even to him when I told him I kind of liked him. And it was like a good, what? A good, like, 2.5 months after us connected after we had that little falling out about him telling my sister that. I was just like, bro, that's kind of grimy, because you know that's my sister. And she didn't tell me, because she didn't screenshot the snap. But I'm hearing out from her telling my mom and them laughing about it. Like, what the fuck is so funny? Like, I don't understand what was funny. I didn't understand what was so funny. And so he was in school, so he came out an hour after school over here is done. So he came out of school 3:10. So when it's 3:10, when it's 4:10 over here, it's 3:10 for them. So I would have to wait an hour for him to get out of school so he could respond. However, he had told me off rip that they don't really get to use their phone a lot like that in school anyway. So I was like, no problem, but we should still send streaks in school anyway. So I'm like, nigga, yeah, we're talking still, but not, like, speaking, typing. So, yeah. So I was like, yo, what is it that you told my sister that she was not supposed to tell me? He's like, what? What are you talking about? I said, what is the thing you said to my sister that she just told my mother that my mother is telling me that you're a dog? Like, I'm literally sitting here breaking it up in multiple different ways, asking him to answer this question, because it's like, don't play dumb, because I know now. And it's also like, you had the balls to tell it to my sister. So she didn't screenshot it, because then obviously he would like, no, oh shit, she gonna tell on me. But her friends, Travis and Kiara, they knew that he said that as well. So they just took a picture of it with their phone instead of screenshotting it. So that was her evidence as to what he said, you know? And so that's how I seen proof that son said that. And I was like, yo, are you serious? Like, that's so, like, I don't care that you said she cuter than me, bro. She could be cuter than me, but not to knock my own sister. I've done way more stuff than she's ever done at her age right now. And that's on every level there is. Like, it's no competition. Like, she's literally my blood sister. She cannot compete with me. Like, I came first. Like, I will always come first. What I do has happened first. Like, whatever mistake I made happened first for her not to do it, or for her to want to do it and do it a different way. Like, I've done it first. Like, I was born first. I was born on the 1st of October. Like, I will always come first. Like, it don't matter what nobody says. Even if me knowing him, I knew him first. Like, it didn't, like, it was no competition. Like, I'm always gonna come first. Like, I'm always gonna win. Like, it don't matter what you do. Or if we stop talking, like, I'm still gonna win in the end. So, it's just like, bro, that's so childish. Like, really? Like, I wasn't upset about what he said to her or how she proved it to me. Thanks that she told me, but why you had to wait so long to tell me that? And why you couldn't just tell me, like, okay, 2 weeks later or, like, a week later. Bro, you said that, like, a good month into us still being cool with each other. So when I told him that, I was like, yo, what? I said, what was the point? Like, what was the real reason? Like, I don't understand. Like, what was, like, the principle of it is that you told her something behind my back and you had me looking stupid. What you said was something that middle schoolers say to each other. Oh, you're cute. You're the cutest sister. Like, boy, I found myself telling other girls, like, girl, she's really the prettiest sister. Like, JoJo knows. Like, JoJo, she was like, girl, they're sisters at the end of the day. And so I understood that from my own thing, you know? But it's just an opinion. But at the end of the day, it's whose personality, who you vibe with, who you connect with, or who you know stronger. So it don't matter, truthfully. So, so the tea was, I didn't like that. And so, when I've never been on a boy's case or on his body so hard to get an answer out of them, because it's like, bro, don't play with me. You're trying to waste my time. We're talking. You posted some chick that was your quote-unquote crush, your Caitlyn, whatever the hell the girl name was. Then you realize you don't really F with the girl like that, and then we're talking somewhat more seriously. Then you told my sister something while we was talking about her being cute, and then now I'm addressing you about it. Then on top of that, I had a sneaky link that I could have had, and nobody would have knew about it. And then, like, what is the purpose of you wasting my time then, or us wasting each other's time? Because you said what you said from the jump. Oh yeah, I would talk to you, but you live far. Like, I would date you, but you live far. I'm just like, okay, like, boy, I'm talking to other boys. Like, you're like, at that time, I didn't have 6 boys I was talking to, but It was probably like 3 or 4 boys who I was talking to while talking to him. Like, on a friendly level, we was talking, and then sometimes we would flirt, but it wasn't really nothing serious. But I was talking to him officially, like, seriously. So I was like, it's like, what was your reason? Like, I don't get it. Like, did you not want to talk to me? Do you want to talk to me but barely talk to me? Do you want to just literally be friends? Like, just be direct. Boy.
I like YouTube channels.
You like YouTube channels. Yeah, we already have a video coming, so get out my video. Get out my video. Get out my video. Move. Get out. Oh, I was just like, can you just tell me what we're doing here? Because it's annoying. Like, you should already get from my vibe, from my energy. Like, I'm not the type of girl who's going to ask you, what are we? Like, no, nigga. Like, I don't care what you think we are. What is it and what is it not? Like, that's what I need. Like, I need a direct answer. Like, for me to be a Libra and be so quote-unquote indecisive when people are always talking about Libras being indecisive, y'all, I surely know what it is that I want and what I don't want. Or along the lines of what I want. I might not know directly what it is that I want, but no, like, bro, I know where I really want to end up. Like, it's like, no, like, you're not, I may be indecisive, but if I feel like you're playing with me and you're being indecisive, that pisses me off even more because I'm supposed to be the indecisive one. So, So, I like this little thing I was doing because it, you know, it builds on it. But, overall, what you call it? Overall, because you watching this video, if you are, you know what the hell is up. But, overall, that was just annoying to me. And, like, when, not even that situation didn't really break me or leave a little scar on me. The thing that really left a little scar, a little bruise, was the night that we spoke about it. And I had told him, I explained to him too, I was like, no, because I could have had like a sneaky link or whatever, but I wasn't going to act on it. Because he had asked me too, he was like, so what was it that you posted in your story talking about some sneaky link? And I said, I sort of maybe kind of might be like a little bit had an offer, but I was going to tell you about it. And I didn't like how you were going behind my back though and telling my sister, so I started posting stuff about it. Like, we spoke about it like big kids. Like, as something happened, we didn't like it, we would be upset for like a couple of seconds, and then we would talk about it after. So I was like, okay, so that's cool. We're communicating. We're communicating, right? And so a little bit after that, after we were talking on the phone, I explained to him, like, yo, I wanted to tell you something. You were doing something crazy. Then on top of that, you told my little sister some shit, and they got me looking stupid. Like, you're pissing me off. Like, I do not see you physically, but, like, if I could, I would really have to handle you. Like, I'm not playing with you. Like, that's not funny. Like, that's real childish, and I did not like it. So, we ended up, speaking, and we ended that conversation. Now, later on in the night, we sent streaks and stuff like that, and he sent me a picture of his steering wheel. So I'm thinking, okay, so he's a drug dealer, duh. So he's probably making sales right now. It's late. They could drive when they're like 16 in Florida. So, you know, so he's just driving around or whatever, or he's with his parent or whatever. But I'm not thinking he's really with his mom. I'm thinking he's making business, doing sales. So I'm just like, okay, like, no biggie. Like a good 20, 30 minutes after we got off FaceTime. Tell me why the very same night that we had spoke about, like, the misunderstanding or miscommunication that happened, the very same night, and he sent me a picture, like, of his steering wheel or whatever, like him, like, you know, on the move. I'm thinking, okay, so he's making sales or whatever, that's not my business. Please tell me why around 11 o'clock, so like 11 o'clock over here, like, or like 11:59 going on 12, this boy posts a boomerang with him with a girl, and she's in his arm. Mind you, he have a hand tattoo. I see his hand tattoo around. I know I said, bitch, what? I said, huh? I said, wait a damn. I said, no. I said, no, this is not real life. I said, nah, wait. I said, hold up. Wait a minute. It's a 22. Pew, pew, motherfucking pew, pew, pew. Because, what? I said, nah, bro, what? Yo, I was here on my bed and I was sitting there laughing like, nah, wait, he's serious? Nah. I was in disbelief, bro. I was sitting there like, I said, oh, hell no. I said, I know this boy did not just violate me by telling my sister some shit that blew up in my face and I'm looking dumb here in my house. We just spoke about it later on after he got out of school because I was really pissed and he never seen me that pissed. For him to be like a couple of hours later after he says, hold up, I'm going to call you back. Post publicly on Snapchat, him in his arm, another girl in his arms, like a quick boomerang, and her covering her face. I said, wait a damn minute. I said, so why she covering her face? If shorty cute or whatever the hell it is, why she not showing her face? Why you ain't put a glimpse of her face in the picture, bro? What you hiding her for? What's she hiding for? Does she got a boyfriend? Is she cheating on her little boyfriend with you too? Like, I was just so curious. I said, I was curious. I said, what's going on here? Like, that shit kind of hurted. I was like, that hurted. Like, what? Like, bro, we just got off FaceTime and now you're physically... Move out the way. No, sit down. I'm like, bro, we just came to an understanding of what happened and what was said. Honestly, it didn't hurt me what he said about my sister, but him then later on after we're speaking, post a snippet with him and a girl in the dark because it was late, like on her couch or something, and he just posted that video. Y'all, I was so tight. Like, y'all, I was sitting there like, are you shitting me? Like, are you freaking serious right now? Like, you're dead ass. Like, you're serious or like you're dead ass? Like, what? Thanks. I was like, you're serious or you're like dead ass? So mind you, my sister had him on Snapchat. Shorty looked at it. She said, wait. She said, no. So he said, no. She was like, oh yeah. She was like, oh yeah, he did not just post that real quick. What the hell, yo? And she was sitting there laughing. I was sitting there laughing too. I was like, bro, no way. I was sitting there like, nah, he's serious? I said, are you serious, Q? Like, you feel like he was being funny? Like, were you trying to prove a point? Because after examining that whole situation, I feel like you was trying to prove a point. Because you saw me talking about having my sneaky links. Then the same day we come to a conclusion or make up or whatever it was, you go and you post up a video with another girl in your arms. And Shorty covering her face. Like, I don't get it. Like, huh? Like, it didn't register or add up to me. Because at this point, I didn't think you were only trying to be salty towards me. I thought that girl was cheating on her little boo, her little boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever as well. Because, huh? That don't make sense. Why are you covering your face? Like, it don't make sense. Not because it's like, I want to see that bitch face and see if she cute. I want to beat that hoe up. No, it wasn't on that timing. It was like, y'all both being sus right now. Y'all both doing something y'all not supposed to be doing. And so y'all think y'all slick. That's what it was. Because it was just like, bro, what? I was just like, oh, hell no.
Hey, guys. I'm not looking.
I'm weak, Matthew. Stop. So, long story short, I was just like, y'all real shady. Both of y'all are shady. Because, no. But that very night, my guy, when I saw that very night, I sat in my bed. I was in my tears. I was crying. And not because of him. I was crying because my great-grandfather is not alive for me to talk his ears off about the situation. Like, my great-grandfather's dead. Like, he's dead. Like, physically dead, bro. Like, he's not here. And now I cannot sit here and rant his head off. Anytime I was ready or I was annoyed, I was going to my great-grandfather and straight ranting. Like, I don't care. Like, he thought he was getting rants from me when I was talking about a regular topic. Boy, my great-grandfather was going to sit there and listen. Like, well, you know, and talk, wash the dishes, do something while I'm sitting there talking his head off. Bro, I was sitting there crying because Uncle Eddie is dead. Like, Uncle Eddie's gone. Like, that's why I was crying, because that was what hurted most. Because I didn't even cry at my great-grandfather's funeral because I understand the process of him no longer physically being here, but spiritually still being around. So that didn't hurt me. But knowing that I literally cannot sit down and talk, like, I literally cannot sit down and talk his head off because he's dead and cremated and burned right now, I was so fed up. Like, I was pissed off. I was like, no way. Like, when I initially saw him post that thing with the girl in his arms, I was laughing because it was funny to me. Like, bro, hold on. When it came to us finally, like, seeing what son did, I was just in disbelief. I was like, stop, Matthew. So I was just like, oh, that's real grimy. I was like, that's real. You really a dog. Like, bro, like, I don't understand. I was just thinking, like, so you do understand that you're not getting me upset, right? You did hurt me because what you just did, because we just apologized to each other or cleared the air. But you do realize you didn't hurt me, right? Like, you do realize that that girl's probably cheated on whoever she's talking to as well, right? Or that girl is literally just a kill, right? Like, you do realize that, right? Like, you know I'm not just that. You know I could never only be that. Or a girl who's in New York who you talk to. Like, you know I could never just be that alone. And I'm not only that alone. So it's like, you really just played yourself. And I'm tight because I can't talk to the only person I want to talk to about it because he's physically dead. So with that being said, I low-key went off because it's like, bro, I told him in that messages too, like in the thread of messages. I said, yo, you could have just been straight up. You could have just said, you're talking to other people, you're doing dumb shit, and I would have been okay with it. Like, I don't care. Like, it is what it is. I'd rather you be honest with me and tell me straight up to my face what you're doing rather than you sit in my face and lie about it. Because, like, what do you get out of lying? What do you get out of lying? Like, what am I getting out of you lying to me about something? Like, it don't make sense. Oh, here. Really, Matthew? Here, take it. Take it. So it's like, what am I really get from you lying to me? Like, what are you getting out of lying to me, too? Like, it doesn't make sense. I don't understand it. So, that situation came and passed. I wasn't talking to him for, like, a good month. After that, like, we didn't speak for a good month. I still had him on Snapchat, but like I said, I was so tempted to just block him. But I didn't want to block him and it looked like I'm adding him back. Like, that was just a whole another mess in itself if we did speak again. Because I already had got closure on it on my end, but not really fully from his mouth. So on my end, I was like, you know what? It is what it is. It's done. I didn't meet you. I was planning on actually, like, linking up with you when I touched down in Florida for my senior, like, activities that I did with my family. But it's whatever. Do you. Like, at the end of the day, it's done. I'm not going to meet you. I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to meet you. I'm not going to talk to you. It's like, it's not that deep to the point where it's like, oh my God, you were my boyfriend and you did me dirty. Like, no, we didn't physically get to meet yet. But now you ruined that chance for real because you just lost my trust. Like, officially, like, betrayed my trust because we were just talking a couple of hours ago. And then you had the balls to go to this girl's house. And now you and her arm and posted her on your Snap. I was just, like, confused. So the vibes felt really authentic with him. And, like, with you, I felt like you were a really authentic being. Like, you didn't flex too much. You didn't post stuff to get, like, validation. And I like people like that. I hate people who seek validation. So I was just vibing with you and we were cool, whatever. However, that was an OD violation. Like, if I was really the Mahalia I was, like, I keep telling you, I would have been blocked you. But it's honestly that I seen, like, you had more potential or something like that. But, baby boy, you played your motherfucking self. Like, you surely did. Like, you did. You really lost on a great one because it's not like I wanted you to be my boyfriend for real. But the stuff I would post is like, yo, you either talking to me or you not. Talk to God. Like, I would screenshot those stuff and repost it. So you get an idea of what I'm talking about. However, I was perfectly fine with just being friends with you. Like, that was just that. If you claim, oh, I don't want to be in a relationship, okay, that's perfectly fine. Because I'm not forcing you to want to F with me as heavy as I already F with me. I don't need you to F with. I know I'm not gonna stop effing with me. You might want to switch up and stop effing with me, but I'm gonna be good at the end of the day, with or without you. So I mean, so be it. You know, it kind of tingled a little bit. Like, damn, we really not about to be cool like that no more. But hey, so be it. Y'all come and y'all go. That's just that. Money comes and money goes. So be it. So it was just like, bro, that's crazy. But okay. So I spoke to my friends about it. They kept saying like, yo, you should really stop dealing with him. I was like, yep, same, but I'll just keep him at distance even if I do speak to him. Like, he won't be as close or in contact as he was before. Like, there'll be a boundary. So I ended up speaking to him a good month after that. Like, I approached him on some, hey, how's your girlfriend doing? Like, yup, how's your boo doing? Like, you know, how you doing? Y'all doing good? Because, I mean, that's when we last ended off. You with some chick. So how's she doing? She doing good? Just check in, like, you know, like on some real petty stuff, but then like, oh, how are you doing there? Like, you having fun wherever you at? Like, you know? And so he would post stuff about like heartbroken for life, no love lives here, shit like that. I'm like, please shut the fuck up, because now you're trying to play victim, or like you don't love girls, you don't love this, you don't love that. But when we were being sentimental and I was asking you questions for you to be vulnerable, you surely did open up. You surely did speak about certain stuff you didn't like. So why are you trying to front now for the internet? Like, I'm not about to drag you and talk about the stuff you said, but let's be realistic, my guy. You felt safe or somewhat like had a safe space or safe haven with me, because I'm not about to go and tell your business. I'm not about to go post whatever. Yeah, I was being petty about the new chick that you posted of. You finally showed her face. Congratulations, you played yourself. But it didn't really freaking hurt me to the point where it's like, oh my God, I hate this nigga. I wish you died. That's why I hope you get caught. No. Because if I wasn't... Okay, my bed's still making noise. But no. If I wanted to be grimy and I wanted to do you real dirty, bro, ask all my coworkers at BAM. They would have known what I would have done to you the time you posted up with that girl. Like, I wasn't just gonna do no blocking you, bro. Like, you wasn't just gonna get blocked. Like, you were gonna be put in a block. Like, you were going to be in a cell. Like, don't play with me. Like, I don't know if you felt like, you know, you took my kindness for weakness or my confidence for me being a little too cocky. But no, I could have used my head instead of me sitting there crying and getting upset because you disrespected me like OD. I had your location on Snap, bro. Let's not forget. I'm the one who told you to take your location off, bro. That was to show you, like, at the end of the day, you're going to be a boy and do whatever you want to do. But let's see if you're going to be, like, the real big man you want to be. And let's see if you're going to act right. I did that. Like, let's not forget. You was posting about your ops on your Snapchat that they ain't do nothing to you. But I told you to take your location off. Because if you think about it, if your ops wanted to know where you was at, obviously they know where you live. But the way you be adding girls and stuff back and actually entertaining people, just like how you entertained my sister, let's say one of your ops' cousins or their aunts or somebody were to add you and they used to talk to you, you used to be cool with them too, and you got close to them to the point where they could have seen your location too and got you set up. Think about it. Like, it may not seem that deep, but in multiple ways than one, I saved your life. So you better be grateful to me for me not being grimy, because best believe you didn't have to tell me every single thing you did. I knew just enough to hurt you. Like, I knew just enough to break you. I knew just enough to get whatever you're doing put on your permanent record. Like, you failed to realize, like, I could have demolished you. Like, I let you know as well.
Mommy!
I told you as well. I said, you know what?
How long she been doing this?
I said, the thing about... Don't play with me, Micaiah. Thank you. Try again. So, the thing about it is that I've had the power to literally hurt you or let harm get to you in more ways than one. But what did I do? As I prayed for myself, I prayed for you as well. And you're like, you know, well-being. So, it's just like...
How long she been doing this for?
Don't worry about it. You'll see on my YouTube channel.
I have enough to break you. I have enough
I have enough. because you seem like,
Hold up,
why you talking
hold
about
up.
somebody?
I'm about to take my phone,
like,
so y'all can both shut up.
okay.
You can go over there.
That's what it wasn't. He played himself. I could have demolished someone or like hurt them in a negative way. But when you know that you have the well-being to not be petty or like destroy somebody, that's what feels better than you posting something about them or making them feel bad or bashing them or putting their personal business out there. So all in all, that was the moral of the story. Well, of the explaining in the video. So a lot of people were curious as to what it was anyway. But that's what it is and that's what it isn't. And my friend even texted me from work and she was like, girl, did somebody break your heart? I'm like, girl, no, I'm fine. Like, I'm fine. So thanks y'all for listening. And I'll put the certain edits and stuff pretty long. So it's not gonna be as longed out as people want to make it seem. And yes. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and let me know y'all views on situations like these. And then I'll probably do it on my podcast corner because it's supposed to reach a certain number before we really get the conversation rolling. So yes. So yes. Later y'all.